So he doesn't mind yelling because he's from New York, but I'm a California girl. So I'll try. Hope you can hear me. Sorry about my computer. I don't know. I'm not a techie person.
You're okay. You sound perfect, actually.
Okay, yeah, it's nice up and close. Om again, tremendous Gananjana Salakaya Jaxer Unamitamina Tasmai Shri. So I had so many things I wanted to say, but they're gone. But the Appearance Day, Vyasa Puja Day, and Tirabhav Day of Mahabhagavats is the treasure of the sadhaks, because like we've been hearing on this incredible Dandavat Pranams to everybody, all my God, beautiful God family out there, and all the organizers of this completely incredible Zoom party, 55 hours. Like we've been doing for the past 30 something hours, just becoming absorbed and taking that time out from our busy lives to actually hear something, remember something, and glorify those personalities on their appearance days and their disappearance days. And even someone like me, who is a complete, just total rascal, to even say just a few words, Sri Guru, he is so pleased by that, even just like a bumbling idiot, but just making some little effort. Guru is so pleased, and he gives everything. Just with just a little effort from us, he gives everything. And then Gurudev would always say, "Don't be hopeless." And how could we ever be hopeless with our Gurudev, our Guru Varga? How could anybody be hopeless by, with all that we have, this treasure that we've gained? It's completely there. Gurudev, I remember seeing on one of these beautiful videos that's been coming up on the Gurudev lectures, I think a devotee asked Gurudev, is it the Guru's fault if the sadhak does not gain any taste? Something like that. And Gurudev's like, no, absolutely not. I'm giving you everything. Now we have to do something. There's that saying, you can take a horse to water, but you can't force him to drink. Gurudev would always speak like that. I'm giving you everything, but you have to make some effort. And we would always hear during Kartik Mas about the pastime with the rope being bound by Yashoda Mata Krishna being 2 fingers too short. And one of those fingers is our chesa, our effort. We've got to make that effort. And so Gurudev impressed that upon us. Anyways, but the appearance day of Guru is so glorious, but we don't know their glories until their Tirabhav. We don't know until their glories have been revealed throughout their life. And it's not, I certainly never wanted to be without my physical presence of our Srila Gurudev. But it's certainly, I did not appreciate the time that I was with Gurudev. I didn't know nothing about his glories. I didn't know the life that he had lived. We met Gurudev and he was already, I think he was about 80, and had done so much service to his Gurudev, and of course to our Srila Prabhupada. And I know nothing about that. So just being in Gurudev's presence, I was just hanging around and not appreciating the jewels and the treasures that he was giving. And so now we have, the devotees, I feel like everyone who has spoke can speak forever, like nonstop, about the glories of Srila Gurudev. And what Gurudev has given us, it's completely never ending. And so now in his Nitya Leela, I do feel, and especially with this this Zoom and these glorifications that have been going on, I feel an opportunity to, if I want it, to come closer to Gurudev. That opportunity is absolutely 100% there. I've always felt that since his Tirabhav. I've felt Gurudev's complete shelter in the form of, the Vaishnavas and his parikrams. Gurudev gave so much just like Srila Prabhupada Swami Maharaj, if it wasn't for him, where would this world be? But if it wasn't for our Srila Gurudev, again, same thing, where would we be? He came, I mean, he did so much service for our Param Gurudev, but meeting Srila Prabhupada, who else served Srila Prabhupada? Who else rendered service to Srila Prabhupada and when he came to the West, the total revolutionary that Srila Prabhupada was? No one else would take that chance. Not like our Gurudev, who was completely fearless preacher, Raganuga Bhakti. He didn't care if he would say, I don't care if I go to hell, but I have to serve my Gurudev in this way and preach these Rasik Leelas and explain these tattvas. No one else would do like our Gurudev. And inspiring the disciples of Srila Prabhupada. I mean, they gave reading Shamarayana Didi's memoirs and getting to like really have some inkling of how much the disciples of Srila Prabhupada gave to his. I mean, they gave everything, and then for that light to be dimmed because after he entered Nitya Leela, they didn't have any association, and so Gurudev, of course, came for them and reignited that light. What service, such service that he did. But coming for us, like, I mean, my only qualification is that, you know, I came in association with Sham. You know, Gurudev knew that he had to be hands-on with me and put me in his hands. Otherwise, there's no hope for me. But at that period of time when Srila Prabhupada departed and before Gurudev left, so many misconceptions were just being boiled up. And if it wasn't for Srila Gurudev clearing up so many misconceptions, where would we all be? And of course, bringing us to Vrindavan, bringing us to Giriraj Govardhan, bringing Govardhan to us, bringing Vrindavan to us. So we are so fortunate, just like Krishna Priya Didi was saying, how it's so rare to have a treasure like our Gurudev, but even rarer is to take this human form. Even rarer than that is to have this human form. So somehow or other, we've gotten this human form, and somehow or other, we've gotten such a captain to our boat, like our Srila Gurudev. I'm surprised he didn't mention the prison program, but I have to say something about it because it is completely awe-inspiring to see these people being in prison, coming from the backgrounds that they come from, not having any previous, lots of them. Some of them have some contact with ISKCON, but most of them have never come in any type of contact with devotees, devotee life or Vedic culture or anything. And they go to the libraries, and because they're in the position that they're searching for some relief from their suffering. They go to the libraries, they somehow or other pick up a book, Srila Prabhupada's books or one of Srila Gurudev's books, and they start reading, and then they start inquiring, and our address is there, and so they write to our team, and they're becoming in prison with the worst association. They're chanting, they're following Kadasi, they're becoming vegetarians, yeah, vegans even. They're celebrating today. Sham has one member who calls him every single day for his association, and he called today so he could hear about, you know, Gurudev's glories on this day. And it's just really incredible to see these books, Gurudev's books, getting into prisons all over North America, bringing Gurudev's Harikatha in them. And before this COVID, you know, we were doing programs and everything, which is even more incredible. But still, the prison program is going on because of also, you know, of course, the Gurudev's mercy, the beautiful. Please tell me if I need to stop speaking. Like,
no, you're
minute,
good.
Right?
You're good. You're good. Keep
okay.
going.
The Santi Didi, who is the most amazing, inspiring, beautiful devotee who's dedicated her life to Srila Gurudev, to Shamarani Didi, and to this prison program, and to Shan Prabhu, who every day his life is completely absorbed in that service. And then we have another chapter in North Carolina who have dedicated the families, the kids, to serving the prison program. Gurudev is engaging us in this way, so we're very fortunate for that. And to all of you who have donated, supported us, supported this, seeing how worthwhile it is, and being inspired by it, and donating and supporting it. We're so inspired by all of you who have done that, and we couldn't do it without you all. So it's a huge team effort. And I just, again, I want to say thank you so much to all of Yashodhara Didi. I love you. And the organizers for the Zooming, and of course, how Vijay Krishna Prabhu was saying, like, for years, we have been, all the programs that have been coming up and getting ready for Srila Gurudev's centennial. And then what's happened? Gurudev had another plan for us. But it's been so nourishing to meet you all, and to meet and to get to know my Gurudev even more through you all. And Ambarish Prabhu and Lavanga Didi, who are, oh my gosh, what the seva that they have done, it's you can't say enough about it. And to Isha Prabhu, who started the archives, and then with finally Lavanga Didi on a breach taking up that seva. I know Isha Prabhu was so happy and felt like his seva was, his seva was being fulfilled by them taking it up. And we are so indebted to you guys, and you're in our hearts, and thank you all. And I can't say anything more.
All glory to your service.
Jai Ho, Jai Ho, Jai
Together
Gurudev.
this nice program. Hari Bol.
Jai Srila Gurudev. Someone in the chat just said you guys rock, and I completely agree. You guys absolutely rock. Just before we move on, I just wanted to ask you guys, how is it that we can donate or give towards this program that you're doing, towards the service that you're doing? How is it that we can support you?
Yeah, we have a Facebook page, IPBOS Outreach Facebook page. There's a link on there for our outreach PayPal. Of course, you can get in contact. Yeah, IPBOS Outreach. Yep, the Facebook page. And just go to that page.
IPBOS Outreach.
Yeah.
Okay. I will link that in the chat for everyone to go ahead and look at and follow and, donate, because the service that they're doing is just so beautiful, taking someone who's in a, absolute hopeless position and giving them, something as treasurable as Srila Gurudev and Srila Prabhupada. That's, the most amazing and beautiful thing I've ever heard. So thank you so much, Didi Prabhu, for your service.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For your service. Hari Bol.
Just before I introduce the next speaker, Didi was saying about how fallen she is, and I was just giggling to myself because I'm hearing all of these very, very qualified disciples of Srila Gurudev speak, and you guys are calling yourself fallen, and I'm just here thinking, wow, if you guys are fallen, and if you guys are, this and that, I'm just wondering, what am I? That really made me giggle. But just before we move on, Didi also said that, the glories of an acharya isn't known until they're tirabhav, until they've actually left this planet. And I remember, I think Srila Gurudev actually said that, he was given an example of Srila Prabhupada, and he was saying that, when Prabhupada was born, his glories were not known at all. And when he was in his youth, he was with Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Prabhupada, and, with Srila Bhakti Pragyan Kesha Goswami Maharaj, his glories began, they were slightly starting to know about his glories. When he took sannyas, his glories were sort of known, not so much. And then when he, was preaching in the West, his glories began to be known. But now that he left, and he's been out of our material vision for a little while now, we can see all around the world in almost every single country, you know, in every single country, his glories is known, and, you know, his name is being sung left, right, and center. So, you know, the same thing with Srila Gurudev, and, you know, his glories are truly about to be known, and, you know, it's so beautiful. But you guys aren't here to hear from me at all.